So, what are the basic six human needs? We're going to take you through this very quickly. I have more programs that really take you in depth into it, but basically, to let you know, the six human needs you're looking at now are the basis for a lot of the strategic intervention programs that are out there now, including mine. And the reason it's the basis for everything is because it really gets to the heart of why people do things and what they're motivated by. And anybody will be motivated by a basic need. A basic need is something like if you need to eat to stay alive, or you need to breathe to stay alive. That's a basic need. So are these. These have been developed over years by a question that has plagued psychologists and people in the psychology field. As us, we always said, what is it that makes people do what they do? And we finally got together and we answered this question by saying, well, on a worldwide scale, no matter what culture, no matter what background, people need to meet certain needs, don't they? And this is the needs that we came up with: certainty, variety, love and connection, significance, contribution, and growth. You see them all in front of you. And just to give you a quick explanation of the chart you see in front of you, you see a little scale, 1 to 10, and then an equals with a question mark beside it. That's for you to decide. Beside each one, let's take certainty, for example. On a scale from 1 to 10, how do you feel in certainty? We're going to go through this real quick, and I'll explain each one, not too much detail, but a little bit just to get you through right now. Certainty. How certain do you feel in your life that the bills are paid, that people love you, that people are going to support you? How certain do you feel that your job is secure, that your car is going to start, that the roof over your head is not going to fall down on you right now? You see how certainty is important in a person's life. Otherwise, you would be a raving, crazy person all the time, just always nuts about what's going to happen. So you need a certain amount of certainty in your life. Like maybe you're probably on a scale of 10 that the roof over your head is not going to fall down on you right now. However, maybe you're certain on a scale from 1 to 10, your certainty about your marriage or your job, maybe at a 5. And that's something that we would have to address. And why is your certainty at that point? So you see why it's so important that you know what your basic needs are and where you are on that scale. So you're the one that has to judge where you are on that scale, and that's where we start when we start. When I start coaching someone, I start with these needs and figure out where they are in this scale in each area of their life that they're concerned about. Alright, so moving on real quickly, variety is the next one you see, and variety is basically almost the opposite of certainty. You need a little bit of variety. If everything was always the same, you always knew the outcome, kind of like watching a football game or a rerun of a movie. If it's always the same, it gets very boring very quick. So you do need a little bit of variety in your life. When you think about it, it's kind of like the opposite of certainty, but in maybe different areas, or just a little bit, kind of like a sprinkle of variety on top of certainty. So think about that on a scale from 1 to 10. What kind of variety do you have in your relationship, for example? A lot of reasons relationships go bad is because there's no variety. It's dull. Day after day, it's the same thing. So we judge that, think about that. Moving on, we have love and connection. Now, love and connection is not just in our intimate relationships. Love and connection is a scale from our family to our loved ones to our lovers to our coworkers. We need connection with the universe. We need connection with everyone around us, because we are all related. On a scientific level, they talk about the atomic level as all atoms are related to each other, and we are made up of atoms, and everything in the world is made up of atoms, and so we all have that connection. If you ever thought about when you're on maybe a sports team, or you're just out with friends and everything, you feel that connection, you feel that love. Without that in your life, you're going to shrivel up and die. Next is significance. You need to feel important. You need to feel special in some way. People get that significance in different ways. Sometimes it's a bad way, sometimes it's a good way. Some people get the significance through God. They feel that they know that they are special in God's eyes, so they become very, I don't like the word religious, but it's a common word, so they become very religious. They get to church and things like that. Some people get all their significance from a partner, from a relationship. So you got to judge in your life, what kind of significance are you getting in every part of your relationship, your job, everything else. Now the other two are not the contribution and growth. They're not important enough so that you can't live without them. The first four you must have to live. Okay, the last two are just contribution and growth are what makes life really magnificent. If you can't contribute back to society, if you can't contribute back to people that have done something for you, you ever get that feeling when you do something for somebody for absolutely no reason and for no return or anything like that? That's contribution. You have that wonderful feeling inside that you've done something special. You've done something to make a difference in this world. That's contribution. And you can live without it, but it's not quite a life. Growth, same thing. You can stay at a job day after day, not going anywhere, knowing you're not going to go anywhere, same job all the time, same responsibilities, never any more, never any less. That's not growing. If you don't have that, you get very bored, you get no variety, you get no, it affects all your other needs. So growth is important. You can live without it, of course, but it's like I say again, it's not quite a life. So that's your 6 human needs. Like I say, I have more programs that give more detail on these. If you want to, go ahead and search the site and find out all this other programs that are available to you, some of the free tools. Also, go ahead and fill out a form submission while you're here and get a free session with me. It's no big deal. It's free for you, and we'll figure out some of these needs that you might be lacking in. Until then, good luck and God bless.